the time before time, when silence was the law, a lone god wandered the abyss, etching his will upon the void with fingers of fire. A hunger burning deep in his hollow chest, he devoured 1,000 stars, drank oceans of light from trembling suns, yet still his ribs were cages around an emptiness no feast of worlds could ever fill. So he tore open the sky with his own hands and let himself fall down into the quiet cradle of a newborn world. He woke beneath a sky of stolen gold, flesh heavy, bound by time, the weight of mortality pressing into his bones like chains hammered in with each passing breath. He walked among the nameless ones, creatures of blood and hunger, their eyes hollow with longing, their hands made only for taking. They built him temples from their suffering, burned prayers into the night air, cut their own bodies open to make room for his divinity. But when they whispered his name with trembling lips, he found no music in the sound, no sustenance in their offerings, no relief in their love. With each passing age, his temples grew larger, but the voices calling his name grew fainter. Men built towers that scraped the sky, then let them crumble, forgotten. He watched his own statues buried by time, his name rewritten, then erased, until he was no longer a god, just a story, half remembered in the mouths of the dying. Still, the hunger gnawed at him, ravenous as it had ever been, but now there was nothing left to consume, nothing left to rule. He returned to the place where he fell, where the stars had once been bright, and stretched his hands toward the void that had once been his home. He tore open his chest and let the hunger spill from him, a flood of darkness swallowing the land, drinking the light from every sun. Mountains crumbled into dust. Oceans bled into the cracks of the world. The sky choked on its own breath until nothing remained but the great and endless night. And in the last moment, as the final whisper of this forgotten world vanished into silence, the god stood alone, and for the first time in eternity, he was full. Far beyond time, in the quiet of the dark, a single ember still burned, a heartbeat, small and flickering, drifting through the endless dark. And somewhere, in a place where no god could reach, a child stirred in her sleep, dreaming of the first dawn, and the echo of a name stirring in the dark, waiting to be heard.